host. Hey, Win Dixie, what's up? Jabber, you barely slept. Me too. I literally woke up every hour on the hour and sometimes twice in an hour. Last night was not a good night for sleep. So, not really sure what that's about, but hey, here we are, right? We are here. You three. Well, there you go. What's up, Maya Reeds, Blue Nevada, Sarah? Good to see you guys. Coolest mom ever. If you are joining me on the Book of Faces, the tube of you, or the stack of sub, please say hello when you join because I cannot see when you join like I can with TikTok. I can only see when you speak. And sometimes I don't even get to see all the comments, which I don't really like. So I'm thinking about changing the software, but we shall see. What's up, Marnie? Hello, hello, hello. What is in my way? Something is in my way and I can't move my chair. What's up, David? Good morning. Hello, Penny GF. Good to see you. How are you, Nancy G? In the place to be. Good morning, Beach Bum Wannabe. Cam, good to see you. You take pretty pictures. Thank you. Good to see you. Hey, Eric. Good morning, Tech Lady. Hello, David Seeks Knowledge. Good morning, good morning, good morning, folks. So let's get at this thing. I know that I was shooting for 10 a.m. It did not happen today because I finished putting together a toy chest, a storage bench, whatever you want to call it, for my grandgirls. Good morning, Cheryl. So 11 a.m. is how we got here. What's up, Mama Dukes? How are you? I have a hard stop today. That hard stop today is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so that I can get grandbabies off of the bus. Good morning, Laura. Good to see you. How is everyone? Thank you guys for already doing your heart me's, liking and sharing the live, adding it to your stories, reposting it, all of the things. So I do appreciate all of those things because they are necessary in the TikTok world and the YouTube world. Same thing. Facebook world, same thing. Like Substack world, same thing. They want you to like it. They want you to share it. They want you to do all of the things. So make sure that you do that. Okay. What's up, Neuro Mama? I don't know if I said hello to Marky Johnson. Hello to you as well. What's up, Jen the Vet? Hello, hello. Good morning, Christine. Good to see you over there in the tube of you. Ooh, a lot going on, right, folks? What's up, Peacekeeper? Hey, Grayson, good to see you. What's up? That went fast. 2409, I see you. What's up, Ronnie? Let me see. I see everybody popping in here. Good morning, Shanna. All right. What's up, coolest mom? If I didn't say hi, Lena, hello. Good to see you. What's up, Mindset? Ada, I'm good. Was moving for quite a bit. What's up, Slingshot? Yeah, I was moving and then I've been back every day this week except for, I don't know, one of the days. Whatever day it was that I meant to go live and I didn't that day. Other than that, I've been here. Hey, Amy. How are you? So it's good to see everybody today. I do have quite a few things that I do want to talk about today. And I'm going to review some of the things that we talked about yesterday. So today we will be talking about SNAP again. We will be talking about healthcare again. We will be talking about the East Wing, but probably not in the way that you expect it. And unfortunately, I don't really want to do it, but I'm gonna have to talk about Steve Bannon a little bit and the comments that he made with regard to a third term for Trump. This is not the first time he said it. I think we would be remiss to just dismiss it as if this is not part of their plan, right? I think that we need to, I think that you know how normally I'm the person that says, let's don't be alarmed. I think that you should be alarmed. I think you should be alarmed at some of the things that are happening. And I think that you should be alarmed at some of the things that are being said. Now, having said that, that does not mean freak the fuck out and start planning for doomsday. That is not what I mean. What I mean is that you should be wide awake and noticing all that. David, I don't think that it matters. I think the plan is whether he's around or not, it would mean JD Vance in office. The whole point, whether they're saying Trump or whether they are saying this ticket, I think the point is that they are intending to create an environment in which we maintain the same president of the United States. So what's up, Shimmy? Good to see you. Hey, Sandy, good to see you. Hey, Carla, Julie J, good to see you. So I think that that's really important and people should be paying attention. It's just that simple. No other way for me to say it. Hey, Gio. And having said all of that, that means that there needs to be a lot of focus on the midterms. And let me tell you something. There's something interesting happening that I think is going to be critical for the midterms. Follow me. So I think it's not just going to be the GOP Republicans that are going to be fighting tooth and nail for the status quo. Hey, Donoski, good to see you. Um, I think that what you're going to see is an even larger amount of Israeli pressure politically in this country. And I want you to stop for just a moment. And I want you to think about what that means from a monetary perspective, because that's a thing. Yeah, Elizabeth, that's what I just mentioned it. I did mention it. I just mentioned it. And so I think that everyone should be paying attention to the fact that what's up, Three Tree? Hey, Dream Hustle. No worries. Everyone should be paying attention to this verbiage and what that means because hey, Rima, I don't think that it really matters to them whether it is Trump. So let me tell you, can I share with you why I believe they're saying Trump? Because they are used to that being the thing that gets people on board, right? Hey, Frida. So they are used to being able to say, we're going to do this for Trump, and that being the thing that rallies his base, right? Nope, we have a hard stop at 2 o'clock. I have to get the girls today. So listen, they are using that name because that's been the thing that has been able to rally the base. The difference is his base doesn't feel the same that as they used to. His base does not feel the same as they used to, and neither do other groups of people that voted for him this last go around. So, how many of you guys saw the new? What's up, Charlie Marie? How many of you all saw the latest AP poll for Hispanics that voted for Donald Trump? Yeah, but Shanna, it's not about him. If he doesn't, it's then it's it. So listen, it doesn't if it doesn't matter if he's alive or not, right? It matters if they can keep that ticket in office. Okay, so let me tell you how the ADHD has just happened. I don't remember the question that I just asked y'all. What did I ask you if you had seen? Ah! Squirrel ran away in my brain. She asked the question. Holy fuck the poll. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad y'all pay attention. I am so glad. Okay, so let me pull it up for you because there's a lot that I do. Who said that? Yeah, so Donna Ski, remember I said Hispanic. I said Hispanic voters. So and remember, I need everyone to remember that Hispanic is more than Mexican, okay? So Hispanic voters. So give me a second. Whoo, low. Y'all, I was like, I don't know what I asked them now. Oh wow. Good low. It's been a lot, you guys. It has been a lot. Okay, so I was reading this morning and I appreciate you all so much. All right, so listen. So a new poll came out and I'm going to give it to you and this is what it says, okay? All right. So they interviewed. So here's what the AP did. So AP did a poll of Hispanic voters right before he took office, okay? And I'm going to give you what those numbers were and then I'm going to give you what the new numbers are, okay? You ready? Did DJK pop in here? Did DJK sneak in here? Salam, DJK. Where the fuck you been, friend? Right, Maya, and I do. Where you been, DJK? Okay, so folks, listen. I am bringing up Mohammed OS because, as I told you, he is in the north and doesn't always have internet. Um, Salam, salam, Mohammed. So I wanted to bring him up while I know he has internet. Salam, Mohammed. How are you? Keep Alec. Oh, wow.
Well, Alhamdulillah, I am good. Why?
Good, good.
Oh, Danny. Oh, wallahi.
Yeah. So,
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah,
alhamdulillah, yes.
alhamdulillah, Danny.
So he's back in the north, you guys, and as you can see, his entire community doesn't exist. Their house is no more. And so because he doesn't always have internet and he popped in, I wanted to go ahead and bring him up while we have him. Jay Bird, it's the same. He saw a doctor, but he's still waiting to be transported out of the region in order to have the surgery that he needs. So that's where we are. So yeah. So if you guys if you're not familiar, let me just go ahead and tell you that Mohammed is oh wow, Kat. That's okay. Let me just go ahead and remind you all that Mohammed OS is a member of Palestinian Press. We have been with him for a really long time and helped get his family a tent and get down to the south when the north was being obliterated by Israel. And now that he is back up north, he does not always have internet. And he hasn't been up on the panel probably in over a week with us. So that's why I'm bringing him up. Other than that, I'm not opening up the panel just yet. Okay, so let me get to the poll for you guys. Okay, you ready? So, hey, Charlene. Hey, Nance. I hope that you are getting better. Yeah, Donoski, I just always make the clarification for everybody that's in the comments. You're good with me. I clarify for everybody in the comments. Okay. Hey, I may. All right. So listen, let me give you the poll. Let me give you the numbers. You ready? So first, yeah, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Bahabek Mohammed. Bahabek. Red Hot, I cannot with you. I can't with you. Yeah, I know that one too. I know that one too. Means I have your heart. I know that one too. Yeah, so I'm learning a little bit of Arabic. I'm learning a little bit. Yeah, all right. So yeah. Yeah, DJK. When I learned remember I had to be careful because of the enta galbi. You have to say the g, or it could be something else. The enta galbi is you have my heart. So yeah. All right. So listen, folks. So let me give you this poll really quickly. So they interviewed Hispanics shortly before. Yeah, I got it. See, DJK. So they interviewed a bunch of Hispanic voters right before Trump took office, and this is what they are saying. Okay, so what happened previously? Hispanic adults in that poll right before Trump took office had a very or somewhat favorable view of Trump at 44%. So 44% of Hispanic adults had a somewhat or very favorable view of Donald Trump right before he took office. That percentage has fallen to 25%. So from 44%, almost half, down to 25%, a quarter. Okay. At the same time, the percentage of adults who say, of Hispanic adults who say that the country is going in the wrong direction. Hey, Osama. Hold on, I gotta see the baby. Hi, Osama. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Into Galabi, Bahabek. Mwah, mwah. He's so cute. Oh, I love him so much. Hi, baby. Keith Halleck. He's so beautiful. He's so beautiful. Isn't he, though? He's adorable. We love him. Love to see him. Wow. Do you know, I want you all to just take a moment. I hope my folks are grabbing photos. I want you all to just see the baby and then look at everything behind the baby. I want you all to just sit with for a minute this gorgeous, beautiful, smiling little boy um, in the midst of all of that rubble and in the midst of all of that chaos. And still, he is managing that smile. You know, like I really want you all to kind of. He was probably like, "What was that?" Yeah, he's like, "What was that? That was great." I just, keep that in mind, you all. Okay, keep that in mind, and I appreciate you all. Cassie, I think for them, this is all that they've known for a while. You know what I mean? He was barely born when this thing started, and he's got two siblings that are about to be born as well. Mohammed's wife is pregnant with twins, and she's due probably in about 6 weeks now. I want to say about 6 weeks. This is all baby Osama knows. This is all he knows is conflict and boom booms and destruction and being relocated and living in a tent. This is what he knows. Sure, I got you, Sandy. So just a reminder to you all, and let me just say this for anybody that gets frustrated with me because I interrupt talking about a poll or whatever, to say hello to this. Yes, he's showing me.
عربي باقونا هنا ولن نرحل باقونا هنا ولن نرحل.
Okay, somebody translate it for me. Somebody translate it for me. What's the Arabic writing he's telling me? Yeah, I don't know where DJK went. Or oh my God, he's so cute. Love him so much. Yeah, it's about 6:30 in the evening, so the sun is going to start to go down there. I will share with you guys as well. I'll put some photos up at some point. Okay, so hi, sweet boy.
Danny, 16, listen.
Yes, yes,
Zanan.
yes. I hear it.
Yes.
Drones. It reads, "We will never leave this land." Thank you, DJK. Drone, drone. Can you see it?
Yes, drone.
Drone. Wow.
Yes,
That makes me
drone.
so nervous. That makes me so nervous. It won't let me pin while he's on the panel, Gio. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So this is when it gets very difficult, guys, because I can't say like be safe because there's no such thing, right? There's literally nowhere where they are safe. God, he's so beautiful. I do too, Marnie. I do too. The thing that I'm concerned about, let me just share this with you guys for a minute. And I know you guys over here can't see what I see. But just let me share this with you all, okay? So one of the things he's pointing. No, that's not. No, they hear the drones all the time. They hear the drones all the time. So it's not a case of take cover because there's nowhere to take cover. Like it's rubble and all the things. So it's just not the way it works. But let me share this with you all. One of the things that we are concerned about, not only about the delivery, right, that his wife is going to undergo soon, but also the other thing that we are concerned about with his wife's delivery is we just listen to them, beautiful. We just listen to the drone. We could hear it above him. So the other thing that we are concerned about is that she's going to give birth in the middle of winter. It is very cold. Their home has been destroyed. They are in the rubble. And we were able to help them get a tent when they were down south. I just don't know if he has land and a place to put it right now. And so so I will communicate with him via WhatsApp and find out. But just so you guys know, that's one of the things that I want people to remember, is that a lot of times last year we had newborns last year that did not make it due to the cold. They have to go. Sometimes there's portable batteries. Sometimes there's places like Gaza was a full blown regular city, right? And so they go places where they can do those things. Sometimes they can find electricity. Sometimes they can't. They find generators, just different things like that. So, thanks. I appreciate that. So, if you have the ability and you want to send the change and the little fun emoji things to Mohammed, feel free to do that. Okay. So I just wanted to. So DJK, do you mind to just type in Arabic so that everybody else that's requesting can know that I brought Cam? Sure, we can talk about Barack Obama. If you want to go all the way back to 2008 and talk about the brown president that we had, sure, we can do that. Even though he's not in office, sure, we can do that. We can talk about, him changing a tennis court into a basketball court, which did not demolish a wing of the White House. Sure, Cam, we can do that as well, if that's what you want to do. It's just the most asinine shit ever. But sure, Cam, go ahead and request up. But listen, the other Cam. But yeah, great. Thank you, DJK. DJK, the reason why I went ahead and brought Mohammed up is because he doesn't have internet and hasn't been on my panel in over like a week, maybe a week and a half. And so while he had he said, hi, Habibi. Yeah. And so I wanted him to be able to come up while I know that he can. And then I'll open up the panel because what's been happening lately is if I open up the panel and I have all Palestinians, TikTok's not as friendly to the algorithm. So I tend to wait until I've been on for about an hour or so. And then I bring people up so that, the algorithm doesn't hurt me. And there are more people in here to help. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think you're 100% correct on that, Danny. That's a good call, to be honest with you. But anyways, first off, let me say Assalamu alaikum. Long time, Danny.
Alaikum salam. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
I hope you've settled in well with you in your new place, inshallah.
Finally getting there, inshallah. Finally getting there. I just finished. You should have seen me yesterday. Which, by the way, I'm going to clip it. I interviewed Geraldine yesterday for an hour and a half on here, and so I'm going to clip it to where it's just her interview. And put it up. It's everywhere now, but this way it's just her interview. And then I was able to get her in touch with some friends of mine over at Sirius XM Progress Radio. And they are talking about setting her up to be interviewed on the Dean Abdallah show. I've pitched Dr. Mimi Saeed to them as well as Abu Sarraj. I'm waiting to hear back. And then Mimi is also set to talk to my friend Jessica New at the Holler, which is also who I set Mimi up with. So
that's awesome.
So we'll see.
Danny. But I just wanted to come up and say hello, and then let me make that announcement to everybody else, and then I'll drop back down, right? Because I am at work listening in. إخواني من غزة هلا مش راح تطلع ولا حدا ثاني داني بس راح تخلي محمد اللي موجود على البث راح تخليه.
I have to text you back.
الباقي بعد أكثر من ساعة بجوز ساعتين زمان بتطلع الباقي للمساعدات بس هالكيت بس محمد عشان له فوق الأسبوع أسبوع ونص ما طلعش عندها وعشان النت عنده ضعيف كثير حابة تخليه بس هو هلا من حاله وبدها تحكي عن سياسة أمريكانية هذا ليش مش راح أطلع هذا هالكيت إن شاء الله بيأكل من ساعة بتطلع. So I let them know. Hopefully, in a couple of hours, you may open the live up, and you're talking about what's going on here in America. The reason you pulled up Muhammad and Muhammad alone is because he hasn't been here in about a week and a half, and his internet is very weak. So you wanted to take advantage of the fact that he had internet.
Thank you.
So, you're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Alrighty, have a great day, Danny.
You too,
I'll
sweet.
be in the chat.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks, DJK. All right. I love that. Okay. So, all right. So Cam, you in trouble, girl. All right. So let me share a couple of different things. Okay. So what we're talking about currently right now is the new poll that has come out from the Associated Press, specifically around Hispanic adults and their support of Donald Trump. And here's what's interesting about this poll. So they did it right before he took office, and then they just did it again. And so right before office, in terms of Hispanic adults, 44% of them viewed him either somewhat or very favorably. Okay. Since then, that the new poll, hey Siberio, the new poll is that that number has dropped to just 25%. So 25% of Hispanic adults who participated in this poll, the number of them that viewed Donald Trump as somewhat or very favorable has dropped from 44 to 25%. Now, here's the next part. This part's kind of like wild, right? I'm good, Noor. I'm good. Alhamdulillah, Noor. So let me tell you all. So now they also asked this question. The percentage, and so this is about the same Hispanic adults. Well, Wendy, I mean, here I would say that 25% of Americans still view him somewhat or very favorably. I'm just saying, like, these are Hispanic adults, and I need for you also, let me ask you all this. What is the majority religion for most Hispanics? What is the religion for the majority of Hispanics? Catholic. Right. So Christian, right? Catholic, Christian, right. So what do we know is the largest segment of Zionists in the world? Christians. So I also want you to remember, but listen, the Pope can criticize some things, right? But that doesn't mean, not necessarily Catholics. I hear you. What I'm saying across the board is, I just think that people need to remember all of the different places of intersection. And within the Hispanic community, I need for us to remember that there are also places of, and there are also places of intersection within the Hispanic community, the same way there is within the Black community, right? It's a huge drop to go from 44 to 25%. But I need for you all to also understand that when we talk, we just use this big label Hispanic, right? But there's Mexican and Puerto Rican and, Honduran and El Salvadorian, and there's all of that. And, that conservative anti-LGBT thing still comes back to religion. It still comes back to religion. And religiosity is a very difficult thing to combat, right? So then the next part, this part though, the percentage of the Hispanic adults who believe that the country is going in the wrong direction also rose. It actually rose from 63% in March to 73% now. So 73% of Hispanic adults in this country believe that the country is going in the wrong direction, and only 25% of them has either a somewhat or very favorable view of Donald Trump. And I think that that's really important, right? That could spell trouble for the Republican Party as we move forward and we get closer to midterms. Many of them are driven by economic concerns and I'm going to tell you this for sure, ignoring SNAP and the fact that we have a contingency fund, and allowing states to freeze SNAP for the month of November as we head into winter is not going to help. So the number of Hispanic voters has continued to increase in recent decades, and 10% of the entire electorate in the last election was Hispanic voters. Hispanic voters account for 10% of the voting of registered voters. How about that? So I think that a lot of people, I'm going to share with you what a couple of folks have been saying. All right. Alaikum salam, Ibrahim. What's up, Masani? Good to see you. Hey, Receive Grace. Good to see you too. Well, not for the whole voting electorate. And not when we think about adults, right? So let me just see. Hold on a second. All right. So listen to this. The total percentage of Hispanic Americans is 68 million, but that doesn't mean the folks are 18 and over, right? So 20% of the population is Hispanic, but that's the total Hispanic population, not just the adults, not those that are 18 and over. And so, right, so, or 18 and over and registered to vote. So the fact that half of their entire population accounts for, if you figure that you figure they are 20% of the U.S. population, and they already constitute 10% of the electorate, that's a big thing. So I just want us to kind of keep that in perspective. I'm going to share with you what some of the people who were surveyed had to say and what their concerns were. All right. So one of the persons that was interviewed identifies as a Republican, voted for Trump last year, but now is unhappy, right, with the president. He criticized some of Trump's budget cuts. He also cited the cost of groceries continuing to go high, and the fact that he still is not able and it's unattainable for him to purchase a home. And this is what he says. I'm quoting him now. He said, quote, he was kind of relying on essentially the nostalgia of, hey, remember before COVID, things weren't as expensive, but now it's like, okay, you're in office. I'm still getting done dirty at the grocery store. I'm still spending an insane amount of money. I'm trying to cut corners where I can, but that bill is still insanely expensive, end quote. It's crazy. So let me just be clear. 43% of Hispanic voters nationally voted for Trump, according to the AP Votecast, which is up from 35% in 2020. So what does that mean? That means 57% still voted for Kamala Harris. Okay. So the majority, no, I'll put it in there, Michelle, but it's not in there yet. And so it shows that there are Hispanic adults are less likely to approve of his handling of both the economy and immigration, two issues that were major strengths for him last year in the campaign. So 41% of Hispanic adults approved of the way that Trump was handling his job in March. That now has fallen to 27%. So from 41% to 27% of Hispanic adults actually approve of the way he's doing his job. And that matters, right? Maybe having ICE repel down in, okay, so they're going to be mad at me, but it's going to happen. Y'all already know. Hella, hella, hella.
هلا سلام داني سلام أسامة محمد أسامة
Salam Raja. Yeah.
salam best beautiful smile.
Oh, thank you.
Your smile.
We love to see your smile. Yeah, we love to see your smile. So, for those of you all who do not know, we met Raja and Mohammed OS together at the same time, and they're both Palestinian press, and yeah, Carla, it just is. I don't know that we know what Hispanics thought that Trump was going to do for them, right? But it just kind of is what it is. If we could put in the chat that I'm going to open the entire panel in about 45 minutes or so, 45 minutes to an hour, that would be great. But I'm just not opening it before then because of TikTok. So yeah, we're gonna do what we do. All right, so the reason why I wanted to point this out and to have this conversation with you all is that it does matter. It matters where he managed to pick up votes from individuals where he previously would not. Okay. I think about this. You think many people believed his lie about helping DACA immigrants? Possibly so, right? I also think, Bob, I don't hate anybody. How would you know who I hate? I don't hate anybody, Bob. Not even you. Even though you make assumptions and just come in spouting off at the mouth. I don't hate anybody. I think that he's not a great person, and I think he does a horrible job as the president of the United States. And I don't believe he deserves to be the commander in chief, especially as a veteran. So, just saying. And I choose not to hate anyone because I don't want to rot my heart. What's up, Rebel? Good to see you. So if you would like to talk to me about what you believe his presidential characteristics are, or what you believe his successful leadership is, if you want to talk to me about what you believe he has implemented that benefits the people of the United States of America, then you are welcome to join the panel if you want to have that conversation. Now, if you just want to talk about emotions and assumptions, this is not the place for you. So choose wisely, Bob. We like to do facts here. So let me know what you want to do, Bob. All right. So, you know what? Amara Granny says it's really hard not to hate him. And so for me, it's not hard. There's my friend. There's my friend. I'll do that for all of the ladies so that y'all can have a moment. Salam, Raja. Salam. All love. Yeah. All love. Definitely. Into Galbi. Yeah, he is. So everybody's talking. Yeah, he's just this good. Look, see, y'all are freaking out. They all love you. They all talk about you're handsome. He needs an agent. We got to get him on the big screen. Yeah, I'm just saying.
هلا محمد أسامة حبيبي يا محمد. ما في متهم، ولكن انت يعني يا محمد من الروائع اللي عملتها، من الروائع انك عرفتني على داني. يعني والله العظيم بقول.
Okay.
حبيبي والله يا الحين والله داني.
Yes.
داني الناس القلال I happy to know you يا داني. Happy to know you.
Yeah, happy to know you. Yeah, we love them. They are very thankful. Thank you, Gio. Yeah, very thankful. Shukran. Yeah, shukran. Yeah. Bob, what are you talking about? Come here. Come here, because you just want to keep talking. Come on, Bob. I sent you a little invite. Come on, Bob. Even if you're paid to come up here, I'll help you make a little change today, Bob. Come on. Yeah, Donna Ski. Yeah. Where did I go? There we go. It worked. Bob, where are you at? I sent you a little invite, Bob. Come on. I'm gonna see if I can help you today, Bob. I'm willing to help you today. I really am. Because it appears that you want my attention, and I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, one of the best things is knowing me. Right back at you, Raja. I am, Wolfie. I'm in a fantastic mood. Let me just tell y'all something. I am so grateful for W. Muhammad. They're so silly. So listen, I love these folks. They just have good hearts, and they are great people. And yes. Yeah. So, yes, Cheryl, agreed. Agreed, Cheryl. Agreed. Yeah. So listen, it is really, and it is I say this and I mean this. For me, it is an honor to be of service to Palestinian people. It is an honor. So this is his brother, you guys. So Osama, the baby, is his son. This is his brother. Keep Halleck. Keep Halleck, Habibi. I love him.
How are you?
I'm alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I'm good. I'm getting it. We love you. Wala. Wala.
I love you.
Bahabik. Bahabik. Wala. Bahabik. Yeah, they are awesome. Love them very much. Yeah.
We love that. We love that.
So yeah, just so you all know, like folks, he's cracking up now. So folks, these are like we have been with Mohammed and Raja, and they have been with us for the entire time, and they both are Palestinian journalists. And hey, Ethan, good to see you. And my heart is so grateful that we are where we are, and I'm still seeing their faces, and they are still smiling, and they're still okay. You know what I mean? They don't have a home anymore. Look, he's pointing. His little brother is on here. He's got to be. I don't know how to ask how old. I don't know how to ask how old. Hi, Habibi.
Hi, Habibi.
The smiles are great. The kids are there. Okay, so on TikTok they give gifts, and when they give gifts, sometimes they're like emotes, or they do hats, or they do mustaches. And so as they're doing them, the kids are just like, "There's Osama." I love that for them. Do you hear how excited they are? Oh, I love that for them. Yeah, I do. So, so cute. I love that they love it. So, yeah, he's trying to get it on this little boy. I love that. Yeah, they are. And I just want to drive this home. So one of the reasons I really feel the way I feel about them, and I want you all to understand that they are sitting in the middle of rubble. They are sitting in the middle of rubble. Everything that they loved and lived and experienced doesn't exist. You know what I mean? And I think it's just really important for people to he's so excited. He's telling the other kids, his little brother is, he's so excited, and he's pointing to the screen, and his excitement is catching. Yes. Love you. Love you. Mhm. Yes, they are.
And I love you too.
I love you too. Yeah, they are. And look, Raja, we are happy to be on screen, is what they were saying. They are very pure. They are very kind. It's crazy to me that, and I want you all to understand this, okay? I want you all to understand this. They know the role that our country plays in their devastation. Can y'all sit with that for a minute? He ran to go tell somebody. They know the role that the United States of America plays in their situation. They know that Israel could not do what Israel has done without us, right? And here's what I am so grateful for is even at that, they do not hold it against us. They do not hold it against the people. They are still so gracious to us, and they are still so kind, and they are still so loving, right? And they don't have to be. And I think that is incredible and amazing. And it says so much about who they are as people. Because I think about how we are to each other in this country, right? How are we to each other in the United States of America? Remember at the beginning of this conversation, I was just talking about, there's Osama. We were just talking about, he's crying. He got mad. We were just talking about, what this is like. And somebody said in the comments, it's hard not to hate Trump, right? And I want you to think about that, right? And even though Trump is, let me see if I can let me change my layout, guys, so I can do more than one. There we go. How about that? That's better. Thank you, Donaski. And I agree, it is good for the little ones. That's baby Osama right there, this little belly right here. But I think that it's really important because for me, the Palestinian people demonstrate for us how to be good human beings. They teach, and I know it's not everyone, I know that, right? But the ones that I have met, the vast majority of them that I have met, right? The vast majority of them that I have met, absolutely, Noor. The ones that I have met, they teach us how to be better. Bye, baby. He's waving at me. I love him so much. But they teach us how to be, Rachel, are you on the Discord, Rachel? Are you on the subscribers side of Discord? And yes, okay. So I will share a picture. I have the most beautiful picture of baby Osama sleeping when they were in the South. And he was, yeah, Shimmy, I have a Discord. Yeah, if you go in my link tree. So folks, no matter where you are watching me on, if you go to my link tree at the very top, there's like this little like remote controller thing. That is my Discord. And there's a subscriber side and there's a non-subscriber side. And you just go through the verification process and you'll get in, right? He is, Rachel. He's so cute. He's so beautiful. I love them. And let me just say this. I know that I have to talk about the things that are happening here. And I'm going to talk about them. I want everybody to understand two things. Number one, they are connected, right? What is happening in Palestine and what is happening with Israel, what is happening in Iran is connected to what is happening here in the United States of America. And so we must talk about all of it. And our administration, our government is responsible for them standing in rubble. Can I say that to you again? That our government is responsible.
Osama, Danny.
Hey, Osama, he's going to smile. Oh, he's getting tired. You hear him giggling? Hey, Osama. Keep halak, Habibi. I love him. They are. Raja said, "Ella, hella, Osama." He did. He blows me kisses, Lisa. Every time he sees me, he blows me kisses. He's beautiful. One day I'm going to make it to Gaza. One day. Mwah. He's doing this. Yes. Yes. I'm coming to Gaza. Hey, Thomas Griffin. Good to see you. I think it's just really important. Like I do, to me, I know these people, and they are like family, and I want them to be well. And they are coming into winter, and winter is cold. Winter is cold by the ocean, and I know that I did not vote for what's happened to them, and I know that I'm not telling my government what to do, right? And I still know that it is our country, it is our government that makes it possible for Israel to do what it's done. And so I feel it's not an obligation. I feel, listen, let me say it this way. I don't feel obligated to help. I don't feel obligated to open the panel. I actually feel honored that they still allow, that they would be willing. Do you understand what it says that they are even trusting of Americans to be good to them? Like, to me, that says so much, because they have the right to be leery of us, right? They have the right to be leery of us, and yet they are not. And they are kind, and they are gracious, and they are, exactly, Rachel. I want baby Osama to have everything. So let me just tell y'all this. When I was moving and I wasn't live for 5 days, I got messages from Bilal, from Raja. Raja's message was so beautiful. He sent me a message and he said, "Sister Danny, I miss you so much." And he said, "I just have to be assured you are fine." And I'm thinking, I just need to put it in perspective. They are in the middle of a famine in a G-side, and they want to make sure I'm fine. You hear the drone? I hear the drone, Mohammed. Do y'all hear that? That's the drone. And I want you all to remember all the beautiful babies we just saw, all their smiling faces, their voices that we hear in the background. And then I want you to hear that drone. That is, Grammy, that's exactly how he's getting internet, is because of the drone. So listen, Israel needs the internet for the drones. Yeah, Raja said copters have been present since the ceasefire and have never been absent. People need to know that. People need to know that the drones have never stopped. They have never stopped.
They sing in the drone.
Yes. I hear the drone, Mohammed. Yeah, but Gigi, for baby Osama, that's all he knows. That's all he knows. His entire life, his existence as a baby and a toddler is drones and strikes and boom booms and having to relocate and all of those. Good morning, Wadmi. Good morning. So I want to run through a couple of things. Wadmi, I'm going to open up the panel yes, super fan is the same as a subscriber, Lanny. Yep, you got it. What was I going to say? Oh, folks, can we do me a favor and work on the likes for TikTok's sake? You know how they are. All right. So a couple of things that I went over yesterday that I want to go over today. All right. So we know that that there are roughly 42 million people in the United States of America that rely on SNAP benefits. Did you all know that number? That it's 42 million people in the United States of America. Hey, Jamie. Hey, EG. 42 million. Okay. We have had this program all the way since the Great Depression. It has never been disrupted in the way that it is about to be disrupted in the next 9 days. Actually, 8 days. Okay. Most of the people that receive SNAP benefits are senior citizens, families with children, and people with disabilities. So what does that mean? I'm talking about the most vulnerable of us. And I want this to be something that everybody really sits with. We have an administration led by a president that is perfectly okay, that is impacting, it's 1 in 8 people. Yes, Melinda, it is 1 in 8 people. It is 1 in 8. I read that statistic yesterday. It's 1 in 8 people receive SNAP benefits. And we have an administration. We have a Senate, a Republican Senate that is so interested in their loyalty to Donald Trump and that agenda, the agenda of the Heritage Foundation. Make no mistake, this is not Donald Trump's agenda. This is the Heritage Foundation's agenda. And they are so loyal to this agenda, they are okay allowing 42 million people to be unable to get their groceries in November. They are okay letting federal employees today not get paid. They're fine with that. And what they want you to believe is that Democrats don't care. The Democrats in Congress, those liberal, horrible Democrats, they're the ones that won't come to the table. Well, let me ask you this. Would you come to the table if you're being served shit? Would you come to the table if you're being served shit? I know that's a very blunt way to say it. That's the drone again.
Danny, the drone.
Yep. You guys hear the drone, right? It's very loud. And I want you all to just grasp this for a second. Would you come to the table if I was serving you shit with the promise that the next time you come to the table, I would give you steak. I would give you steak. Hey, sunflower fish. Right? Am I going to trust you to serve me shit today in hopes that I'll get steak the next time? EJG says the drone would drive you crazy. I'm going to tell you something. Some of them are scared when they don't hear the drones because that means that it could be something bigger coming. It's very loud. Mohammed, it sounds close. It sounds close to you. Yeah, it sounds very close. So thank you, Wadmi. Thank you. So I really want people to understand this. So I'm going to lay this out very clearly. And then hopefully I will do it in such a condensed way. I can then clip it. Yeah, sometimes they say it's hard to sleep without the drones. Right. Sometimes, so hopefully I'll be able to, to clip it and then post it. So I'm just going to walk you through why the government is currently shut down. Okay. I'm going to start by saying I believe that the Senate Democrats should not come to the table for anything less than what they are asking. Right, Shimmy, because when they are silent, something bad always happens. Yes, something bigger, something worse happens. I know. I hear it. It's very loud. It's loud. Hey, Alicia Bling. Yeah, so they want to do it, to trust them to do it in November because they want it to expire. Yeah, bothering your head. Yeah. Is that hurting your head? Constant. Yes. Hurting his head. Yeah, he was in the South for a little while and wasn't around the drones all the time. They're very loud. Yeah, and Ethan, those have gotten louder since we've been on. They've gotten louder. Rebel, I don't know if they have hospitals. Let me just, Wadmi, are you available to come up real quick? Let me see if Wadmi can ask that question. There we go.
Hello, Danny.
Hello, salam alaikum, sis. Can you ask? So people are asking. Mohammed went back to the north, and so people are asking, are they able to get medical attention in the north? And I don't know what the hospital situation is there.
Okay, Hamad.
معك الله يسلمك ويرضى عليك يا رب
انت بالشمال راجل الحمد لله
انا في الشمال انا هسه في الشمال والله
سمعني منيح.
He's having trouble hearing because of that.
دخول مفاجئ للطائرات الاستطلاع والوضع مش طبيعي يعني مع بوحي انه الوضع طبيعي.
كم يسألوك هل في عناية صحية؟ هل في تحصل على أدوية؟ في عناية؟
والله لحد اللحظة يعني المساعدات الطبية يمكن هاي زميلي رجع وعارف كمان المساعدات الطبية يعني تحدث الدكتور محمد أبو سلمي مدير مجمع الشفاء الطبي إنه لم تدخل لحد اللحظة مستلزمات طبية من قبل الجانب الإسرائيلي يمنع دخول المستلزمات الطبية. ما في عناية طبية يعني عناية أولية يعني
عن طريق الإسعافات الأولية بتعاملوا مع الناس اللي موجودين والمصابين. ما في عمليات جراحية كبيرة بيعملوها بغزة.
Hold on, we'll get a
آلاف من
translation.
الجرحى بينتظروا
Thank you.
الخروج خارج القطاع حتى يقدروا يحصلوا على
Sin, they have the ability to see, yes.
وهيك أمور.
And for those of y'all who do not know, WADMI is also in Gaza. Okay, so Raja said in the comments, no hospital-specific treatments or health equipment are being used. I think she lost internet. So yeah, WADMI, who came up to help translate, she's also in Gaza, so sometimes she loses internet as well. Yeah, she'll come back hopefully. All right, so somebody asked about would it matter if they knew that we could see or hear the drones? The answer is no. So he said all the treatment you receive is from medical points that are located in the displacement camps. The other day, Frida, I know that Abu Sarraj had said that only about less than 1,000 trucks had gotten in, which was a little more than 100 a day, and they need 6 times that in terms of the aid getting in. So if you guys are interested in getting like full-blown updates, Abu Sarraj does a live every day at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and he will give you the up to the minute, which I'm also going to give you some of that. I just want to get through some of the American stuff and some of the U.S. citizen stuff first. And you can still hear the drone in the background. You're welcome, Frida. Yeah, no, it's okay, WADMI. It's okay, WADMI. Listen, so here's what I would like for you to do. Is any food getting to the hungry? Dizzy, that's just like a difficult question to ask, right? It's a difficult question because sometimes they do different things just for photo ops and things like that. But the problem is that they need 6 times what they are getting in. And whenever you bring in, so right, all of them are hungry. It's a famine, right? It's a level 5 famine. And I think what people need to understand is that here's what happens when you make people this desperate to get help, right? And you bring in 1 truck or 100 trucks a day when you need 600 trucks a day, right? When you do that, you create a situation where people are desperate. And then sometimes there will be people that will raid the trucks. There will be people that will do things because they are desperate. And let me just say something that is not a reflection on Palestinian people. That is a reflection on the Israeli government and Benjamin Netanyahu. And it's also a reflection of the United States of America. Let me be very clear about that. It is a reflection of the United States of America. It is a reflection of the Israeli government. It is a reflection of our administration. It is a reflection of Benjamin Netanyahu. That is who that's who we are looking at for how things are. Just so we are clear, people, this is not a reflection of Palestinian people, because I can promise you that if you were in a level 5 famine, you would be doing anything that you could. Sin, I know he went to the doctor at one of the displacement camps. It was like a little checkpoint the other day. Right. So, right, Mom with Goals. So Frida, I don't really know that we're going to get a straight answer about that in terms of like, what are the U.S. troops going to do in Israel? We've had them there before, right? So this is not the first time that we have had them there before. So I just think that it's really important for people to understand where we're at. So one thing that I wanted to make sure I talked about was the loss of support that Trump is getting from the Hispanic community, which constitutes 10% of our electorate. Okay, you hear me? So that was something that I wanted to make sure to talk about and give you guys that information. The second thing that I want to talk about and make sure that you have information on is SNAP benefits do not have to be cut off in November in the United States of America. I am looking at the USDA lapse of funding plan that came out September 30th of 2025. Yes, it's 10% of the electorate. Hey, Macaroni. Hope you and Sue are well. So, Rebel, this is important for people to remember. They only make up 20% of the entire US population, and that includes children and whoever, right? So, when we're talking about the number of the folks that are actually of voting age and those that are actually registered to vote, they're making up 10% of the electorate, right? Which is pretty significant. Okay. And could come back to really hurt the Republicans when it comes to midterms. So listen, I want to talk about this lapse of funding plan because it came out from USDA September 30th. Okay. And this is important because they want to act like we can't, like there's just no funding for SNAP. And that's just not accurate. And I want to give it to you now and remind me, somebody do not let me forget. I need to play a video for you from Scotland. I need to play a video for you. But first, let me tell you. So listen to this. So there is a brief summary in this. It's on page 15. So it comes from the USDA. So the department of USDA is who oversees SNAP. And the Trump administration, the president of the United States, has the discretion to use certain authorities when it comes to funding. So let me share with you all what this is. Okay. So here's what it says. This is a lapse of funding plan that came out September 30th. And it says core programs of the nutrition safety net, including the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which is SNAP, the Child Nutrition Programs, and the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program for Women's, Infants, and Children, which we know is WIC, shall continue operations during a lapse in appropriations subject to the availability of funding. These include for the National Nutrition Monitoring and Related Research Act of 1990 and the Agricultural Act of 2014, FNS will designate accepted staff working on the development of dietary guidelines for Americans. And for HR 1, FNS will designate accepted staff to work on provisions that affected changes to SNAP eligibility, benefits, and program administration. So listen to this. Right, Merlot, that's exactly what I'm reading right now. So this is their lapse in funding plan, and I'm reading to you exactly what it says, okay? It says, for SNAP, the Office of Management and Budget's General Counsel, that's a lawyer, right, provided a letter to the USDA on May 23rd of this year, stating that there is a bona fide need to obligate benefits for October, the first month of the fiscal year, during or prior to the month of September, thereby guaranteeing that benefit funds are available for program operations, even in the event of a government shutdown at the beginning of a fiscal year. Okay. In addition, congressional intent is evident that SNAP's operations should continue since the program, this is the important part, has been provided with multi-year contingency funds that can be used for state administrative expenses to ensure that the state can also continue operations during a federal government shutdown. These multi-year contingency funds are also available to fund participant benefits in the event that a lapse occurs in the middle of a fiscal year. To fulfill this congressional intent, it is necessary that a limited number of FNS employees be accepted from furlough to support program operations. These activities include, but are not limited to, program policy and operations, financial management, and stakeholder communications. Give me 1 second. It goes on to say, FNS will use the USDA recommended recall process to bring furloughed staff back to accomplish critical tasks for programs funded through the SNAP, Child Nutrition Program, and Women, Infants, and Children on accounts on an as-needed basis, okay? So I want you all to understand, and this is the part that you should be communicating to the people in your life, is that we have a president of the United States. Sorry, Geraldine just messaged me. Give me a second. Oh, she's over there. Okay. There she is. Okay, sorry, needed to get to Geraldine. Baby formula is part of WIC, right? So this is the thing, and this is what I want everyone to really grasp and hone in on, is you have a president right now that is comfortable letting 42 million people in this country, those that are the most vulnerable, those that have the greatest need, not have access to food in this country, because the Democratic Party, the Democratic senators, and don't get me wrong, they have their own problems, right? But because Senate Democrats also want American citizens to maintain their access to health care. So because those Democratic senators want American citizens to maintain their access to health care, the president and GOP senators are okay letting you lose your access to food. What does that say about the president of the United States, this administration, and GOP senators? Y'all hear me? I'm going to say that again, okay? We have discretionary funds that could fund SNAP for the month of November. The president of the United States has the discretionary authority to use those funds and others throughout USDA to fulfill the $8 billion needed for SNAP benefits. There's about $6 billion already available through this funding, okay? Oh, this is not from a website. This is from the USDA's plan. Listen, it's already in my link tree. So USDA, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, put out a lapse of funding plan on September 30th, 2025. This funding plan says, and I'm going to just read it one more time for people. It says, holy geez, it is, congressional intent is evident that SNAP's operations should continue since the program has been provided with multi-year contingency funds that can be used for state administrative expenses to ensure that the state can also continue operations during a federal government shutdown. These multi-year contingency funds are also available to fund participant benefits in the event that a lapse occurs in the middle of the fiscal year. To fulfill this congressional intent, it's necessary that we keep a limited number of FNS employees to be accepted from furlough to support program operations. So what we know is that it takes roughly like 500 grand or something like that to cover those state administrative stuff. And then there's all this other stuff, right? Yeah, they did take it down off their website. But listen, here's the part. Of the $8 billion that is needed to fund SNAP for the month of November, we have close to $6 billion of that already available in contingency funds. The President of the United States has the discretionary authority to use those contingency funds to feed the American people, the 1 in 8 that need SNAP benefits to get food. The President of the United States is choosing not to use that authority, even though he used that same authority back in his first administration during the government shutdown. The reason we are not getting SNAP benefits in November is because we have a Senate, a GOP Senate, that would like to continue the Heritage Foundation's agenda, right? And so they want Senate Democrats to sign off on a funding resolution, right, that doesn't guarantee American citizens the ability to continue to access health care come January 2026. So you have a president and a Republican Senate that is okay keeping food or limiting the access to food or removing the access to food from American citizens because Senate Democrats want American citizens to maintain access to health care. Do y'all hear that? So because you won't let us pass our resolution without guaranteeing these folks access to health care, we're fine with if they lose their access to food. 1 in 8 people, 42 million American citizens, many of them seniors, people with disabilities, families with children. So my question to you is this America first? Is this America first? I truly want to know. I didn't go into all the breakdowns of how many people are seniors and how many are disabled. I didn't go into the breakdown. I just did the overview. Well, so let me just say this, guys. What do we know? What do we know is one of the primary drivers of crime? What do we know is one of the primary drivers of crime? Right, Mars, poverty. Exactly. Poverty. So when people do not have the funds to purchase food, what do you think is going to happen, or what do you think could happen? So did anybody consider whether or not they would like to see, right, Tammy, poverty, would they like to see an escalation in crime in order to justify putting more troops on the ground? Did anybody ever consider that having the American citizens become so desperate that crime increases and they have an excuse to put more boots on the ground and use all of the arms that they purchased with $700 million? Anybody consider that? Right, Project 2025. Of course, it'll hurt grocery stores. It will not only hurt grocery stores, it will hurt entire communities. Guys, I want you all to think about EBT cards and all the places they are accepted today. Think about that. Whether you're getting food from a grocery store, whether it's at a gas station, whether it is somewhere else, right? It's tons of jobs, it's tons of stores, it's tons of families. Now, I also want you to think about what it does to our children and their performance in school. Good morning, Hiba. I want you to also think about our children and what it does to our children in school. Do children learn well when they are hungry? Does she? That's awesome. So it's about putting all of these things. Yeah, your students never learn when they're hungry. No, I don't think well. And I want you all to remember, do you remember last year this time when there was a woman in Hungary and she was coming on all of the panels on TikTok, and she was desperately telling Americans to pay attention because she was seeing all the things and the roadmap that brought them to the dictatorship that they currently have in Hungary. Orban, right? Viktor Orban. And she was saying, and you all hear that Trump praises him. The president of the United States admires Viktor Orban, right? And she kept saying, don't elect this man. Don't elect this man. This is what they want to do to you. These are the rights that we currently don't have. Salam, Mohammed Osama. So let me take a minute to also say, I love the way that you guys have taken care of Muhammad OS. Remember that our Raja also has children and a wife. We saw, I think, one of his sons day before yesterday or something like that. Okay. So folks, let me say this to you guys, okay? I appreciate you all working on those gift goals and all the things. I really do. It is so important for us to do a couple of different things, okay? I'm about to open the panel up soon. Thanks, Shari. Listen, I want everyone to be thinking about, thank you, Hiba. I love our folks. I really do. I do. Mohammed OS hadn't been able to come on because he's back in the north, Hiba. I don't know if you know that or not. And hey, Robin D. And he hadn't been able to come on my panel for like a week and a half, right? And he had messaged me on WhatsApp and doesn't always have internet. And so today when I saw that he had internet, I went ahead and just brought him immediately up. Because, you know, he hasn't been on for that long. And his entire family, there's 15 members in their entire family. And they're back up north. Their house is in rubble. They got their constant back and forth has been high. It's been really hard. And so I wanted to make sure that and I want everyone to remember that in my link tree, direct links to be able to assist them is in my, Sandy, no, it'll be less than an hour. I'm literally getting ready to open the panel in about 4 minutes because I have to leave at 2. Remember, I have a hard stop at 2. So literally in 4 minutes, I'm going to begin to open up the panel. I'm just going to be really honest and just be direct. I'm taking care of some of my folks first before I open up to regular. Hey, Hey, Samir. He left. He left.
تعال بقول لك هي سمير.
Samir said, "Woo," he dipped.
Dr. Samir, yes.
Dr. Samir?
Doctor, yes.
Love that. Good. How is your foot? How is your foot?
هو خجول شوية. ايوه جيب يا حسام جيب محمد حسام
Thank you, Hiba, for asking him how his foot is. Yeah, he's got a horrible burn on his foot. Hey, Hazel, good to see you.
لا معك حق يا هبه معنا رجال الساحل ايوه بدي اشوفكم بدي اكلمكم عشان مش حيستحي سلام سمير
Salam, Habibi.
عليكم السلام ورحمه الله
Salam, Habibi. Keep Halak.
الله يسلمك ايش اخبارك
See, he said more than I know now. Raja, he said more than I know now. Hella.
هلا سمير هلا
Raja down there. Let me see.
سمير مستحي فعلا مستحي
Uh,
ليش
he went off camera. Yeah, Wadmi's.
هلا والله اهلا وسهلا
Hiba, I needed help. I said, girl, he said more than I know now.
I'm like barely awake too. I was planning on coming up, but this is too funny.
So listen, I've learned just enough. and Samir doesn't know I've learned just enough. And when I said keep and he went blah, blah, I said, okay, listen, that was too much.
كيفك رجل كيفك محمد يا اخي نحن ما في عنا رجال تستحي وين رايح
الحمد لله يا هبه تسلم كيف بالله هو دكتور خلاص ما بحبش التصوير هو بحبش يطلع على الكاميرا ما بحبها هو دكتور
ما بيصير لازم تتعود
So give me 1 second, guys, and then I'm going to tie everything together.
جراح دير بالك هو قاعد ايه
شو نوع الجراحة اللي بيعملها جراحة عامة؟
جراحة عامة
So he's actually a general surgeon.
Okay.
Yeah,
As-
he's a general surgeon.
So is he taking care of Mohammed's foot? His foot is horrible.
عم تسأل إنه هو عم يدير باله على رجلك؟
ايه الحمد لله ايه بتابع معي في موضوعها
What? Danny, are you drinking Mati?
What?
What are you drinking?
Water?
Oh, girl. I was like, there's no way she's drinking what I think she's drinking. Never mind. Okay. It looked different.
Is it something I need to be drinking?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well, send it to me. Tell me what it is.
I'll tell you. I got so excited. Did you see how excited I got?
I did. I was like, am I supposed to be drinking something?
Did you see how excited? It's not even Arab. It's actually Argentinian, but like it spread. So I'm Syrian specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And in the like 20s and 30s, there was a big migration to Argentina from Syria. And back then, obviously, there were no phones or anything like that. But what they would do is they would send back like boxes and shipments back to Syria.
Mm-hmm.
And so the main drink that they drink in Argentina is now different people have said it differently to me. So some people call it yerba mate and some people call it yerba mate. But
Yerba
it's
mate.
basically it's a tree. It's a tree, and then they take their branches and leaves off of the tree and they dry it and they drink it as a tea. But the way that they drink it as a tea, and this is why I got excited for half a second, is
Sorry to disappoint.
they have a gourd, and it's basically, a lot of them are either made out of wood or fruit,
Mm-hmm.
and they create it like a cup, and then there's a straw with a filter at the bottom. So the straw is round at the bottom, and it has like holes in it. So it's an actual filter, and you
Okay.
put the tea in the cup, directly in the cup, like as is, and you add hot water to that,
Mm-hmm.
and then you drink it, and you continuously just continue to add hot water to it. So it's something that you're drinking continuously throughout the day. So I wake up and I drink it. I would say I probably drink about a gallon of water's worth of that tea throughout the day.
Holy jeez.
I know, I'm extra, obviously.
No, not you.
But sugar face. But listen, I'm the same as them. Like, I'm the same as the originators, because like I will drive. I have my own like travel
Mhm.
one.
Yeah.
And I have one in the office. I have one in my car. And I drink it everywhere, and so do they. They drink it in like the shopping like areas and everything like that.
I got
So,
it.
Yeah, it's very bitter though. So if you're not a bitter person, it's very bitter and detoxifying. So it's actually good for you.
Okay.
And it's better than it has caffeine, but it's like not coffee type of caffeine. It doesn't, make your heart palpitate.
Got it.
But yeah. I that's my rant. Sorry.
No, you're good. Everybody in the chat is like, it's so good. You can add sugar. You can add this. Ethan's like, no, it's excellent that way all day. So Ethan is over on Facebook and he's hearing you and he's like, no, it's excellent. Just like that. It's good for some health conditions.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't drink it with sugar. I feel like the sugar ruins the flavor, but it also oddly makes it more bitter, if that makes sense.
I got it.
Kifa.
everyone. سلام كنت هلا.
Hi,
هلا وسام هلا حبيبي.
يا محمد.
شكلك يا اخوي.
الله يسعد لي اياك يا اخوي. خالته هبه كيف حالك يا خالته هبه؟ شو الاخبار؟
ساعدتك حبيبي. كيفك انت؟
الحمد لله. Danny, how are you, my sister?
Oh, I'm good. How are you, baby? Oh, baby Mohammed.
Don't call Danny sister. Call her Fazo. Danny, you have to force respect on this one. Tell him to call you Khalto. Khalto's auntie.
Khalto, yes. Khalto, right?
Khalto, Danny.
Khalto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Khalto. Don't call her sister. شو شايفة ملامة انت؟ عيب.
أنا طيب حاضر ماشي خلاص.
So, okay, I need to level set just so everyone is familiar. So Salam Mohammed, Salam Soha. So listen, I bring up the folks that I know and that I know are in Gaza and that have been kind of verified by people that I know. If there are new people that have requested up, until somebody checks you and says, yes, I don't. And the reason why is we have had people pretend to be in Gaza when they are not. And that is sad to say, but it is true. So I just want people to understand that. And whether you're okay with it or not, it is the way it is. So love you, mean it. Next, just for frame of reference, Muhammad OS is back in the north. He's a family of 15. He is Palestinian press. He is a great friend of mine. He has a toddler, and his wife is pregnant with twins. He also takes care of his mother and his sister and all of that. He has not been on my panel in a week and a half, so that is why we brought him up early and have shown him lots of love and consideration today. Mohammed, baby Mohammed, that's what I call this one. It's Dimples. You can also call him Dimples. He is in Egypt. However, his entire family is in Gaza. And we were able to, this community came together really, really fantastically when things really heated up in the north, to get his family out And literally, we are glad that we did. 25 of them got out, but sadly, right after that, his uncle was martyred. So his uncle didn't make it out, but the rest of the family did. So just to remind everybody, when we help out baby Mohammed, it is to help his family that is in Gaza.
Can I add to that, babe? Also, he is going to school in Egypt, and on top of him trying to help his family, he's also trying to pay for his university fees, because they don't get any assistance whatsoever. So like he's completely like on his own, and you know, if he's able to finally finish school, then he'll be able to take care of his family a lot easier without the assistance of others. So for him, that's probably right now his biggest priority, is to make sure that his university fees are covered. Guys, please don't send me anything. Just make sure to send it to everybody else up here. I really appreciate it, but it's I'm not in need. Thank you. Show love to everybody else.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Hiba. So you saw Mohammed turn. This is another Mohammed on the other side of Hiba. That picture is the picture of his son, who was also a civil defense worker with him. His son was martyred during the last 2 years as well. So the picture is his son, but he is Mohammed, and he's civil defense as well. And then Soha is also a mom, and also in Gaza, and all of that. So just letting you know, Wadmi, if you got your internet back up and you can request backup, please do, sis. If not, that's okay. Shady Gaza, I don't check by camera. I have other folks that check people out, and it's not by camera. It's not really. Yeah, she was live just the other day, Rachel. And her brother, the brothers, just graduated. He was able to complete his high school, and was very excited. Can you imagine still working and completing your diploma during a G-side and a famine? It's absolutely crazy, but he did just graduate. He's not with us today, but he did just graduate. So just want to let you guys know. So really, really quickly, what I want to do, I appreciate you guys for taking care of folks on the panel. I want to finish sharing what I was sharing just about the states, because I want to connect a few dots to people. And then what I would like to do is give folks some work to do when we leave. Before we do that, though, can I play something for you guys? Well, it doesn't matter. If you don't want me to play it, you can leave, but because I'm going to play it. What the hell? But I am going to play.
Did you ever, were you ever able to watch that documentary that I told you about?
No, because I'm scheduling it for my entire subscribers. And we're going to watch it together.
Okay. I think you're really going to like it.
Yep. I moved, and so everything else has been put on the back burner. Okay, here it is.
New place. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I'm finally getting things together for everybody. I'm tired of putting furniture together and stuff for my grands, but so glad that they have it, and they're really excited, and I'm very, very grateful and very happy. So I have no complaints, none. Okay, so let me show you guys this video. I'm going to share it with you guys over here, and then TikTok, I'm going to change the way that I'm laid out so that you guys can see it on TikTok. This is just a goodness share. Okay. This is a goodness share. Hope it makes your heart sing as much as it did mine, because it definitely did. Oh my God, it definitely did. Sorry, I got happy just thinking about this damn video. So give me one moment. Okay, TikTok, I got you. You ready? Michael's asking the name of the documentary, Hiba. Oh, she's teacupping. I wrote it down, Michael, so I don't have it in front of me right now. I would have to look.
Oh,
Hiba, he was asking what was the name of the documentary.
Oh, sorry, I got a phone call. It's called 1948 Creation and Catastrophe. They actually have it available on YouTube, so you can stream it. And it's not with like you don't have to pay for it.
Love that.
So you should be able to 1948.
I told him, I said, listen, oh wait, I have to expand people. That's what I have to do.
Excuse me.
There we go. Okay, y'all ready? So I'm going to take this down and then we are going to do the deal. Y'all ready? Okay. Can y'all see? Okay, everybody can see. Let me make sure y'all can hear too.
JD Vance addressed a room full of world leaders, and he lied about my bill, and he lied about Scotland. I'm ashamed that we ever had to bring in buffer zones in the first place, but I am so proud that we did. I'm proud that we made Scotland a better and safer country. It wasn't just the anti-choice protesters who wanted to attack my bill and misrepresent it. You can imagine my reaction when I found out that it was also the Vice President of the United States. JD Vance addressed a room full of world leaders, and he lied about my bill, and he lied about Scotland. Well, Mr. Vance, this is my room. And I may just be some wee bam from Grangemouth, but I'm not going to be pushed around or lied about by someone like you. You are the Vice President of a bigoted, misogynistic, racist, and fascist White House. You represent everything that we stand against and the exact opposite of the kind of country that we want to build. So if you're attacking me and attacking our movement, then it's a great sign that we're doing something right.
I thought you guys would enjoy. Hey, the brothers. I saw that and I was like, damn. Yes, and please, and thank you, right? I don't know if you all saw, Pete Hegseth just said that we are sending a carrier into the Caribbean, which will be really a severe escalation of things. Yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
The fact that someone like Pete Hegseth is heading up anything is just so like this whole cab. I can't, bro. Like every time I think about it, it drives me out of my mind. Like in my head, I always like look at people like, oh, they're not qualified enough. But this time around, this is just ludicrous.
It is.
This is completely ludicrous. I do have to drop real quick. I have to call that person back. So if you can drop me, babe,
I got you.
Appreciate it. I don't want to mess with your life.
I got you. Appreciate you, sis.
Thank you, of course.
All right. So, who is she on that video clip? She is, I forget. She's part of the, hey, Soha. Hey, Habibti. So cute. Sila. Beautiful. Yeah, they want Venezuelan oil and all of their resources. Venezuela actually has more oil than anybody else in the world. Did y'all know that? That's a thing. I just want everybody to think about that. And everybody also wants to remember and needs to remember that so this is what I hear all the time. So let me pull it up, Abdul, and see if I can, Venezuela, hold on. Yes. So Venezuela has more proven oil reserves than Saudi Arabia with approximately 303 billion barrels, and Saudi Arabia has 262.2 billion barrels. Yep, Venezuela has the most. They have the largest oil reserve. Yep. So, Ethan says we've tried to take over Venezuela for over 40 years. That part. So everybody should understand that what's happening and why things are happening globally the way that they are and how connected all of these things are. Okay, so let me go ahead and there are so many people that I don't know that have requested. There really are. I am going to do the folks that I know. Folks, I'm going to do the folks that I know. I just need for people to understand that. I need to know if this is the Salam Ahmed.
وعليكم السلام.
Um,
اوكي داني جود باي. السلام عليكم جميعا شباب. الله يعطيكم العافيه.
hold on a second.
سلام داني سلام.
Salam Mohammed. I can't remember if this Mahmoud is the one that A Money knows. Does anybody remember? This one can't connect. Internet's going to time out. Well, because in order for them to make money off their oil, there has to be trade deals and there has to be status and all of those different things. And you have to understand that what we want, we don't want to just have a deal with them where we buy oil from them. No, we want to take it from them. We want to take it from them. We want to take their country and their resources. So just because you have a resource doesn't mean that you're going to be rich, because if the people in positions of power do not work with you, do not negotiate with you, any of those things, then you're not going to make any money. And that's part of the problem. That is listen, this is the problem in so many Black and brown countries around the world, is because the people that are in the positions of power around the world with the most power, which tends to also mean the most weapons, are in white Western countries. And so there is a disproportionate, usage of that, to exploit their people, and they exploit their people and their resources. Yeah, that's what happens. So do you guys remember when gosh, I'll have to find it and read it to you guys tomorrow. Some of you all might remember when I read some of you all will remember when I read an article by a he's a member of Congress, congressman or senator anyway, and he talked about the United States disrupting foreign countries, and he had traveled to them, and he spoke about what we did to disrupt their governments for their exploitation. Do you all remember when I read it? He had an article on Medium. So, A Money, I see you. Is this your Mahmoud? A Money, I can't remember if Mahmoud is the Salam sis, is the Ahmed that you said was good. Shayna, I never say he's requested. Mahmoud Ibn.
Mahmoud ibn Gaza.
See, thank you, Mohammed. Sitting down there not saying nothing. You could help a sister out. And I'm just kidding. I don't ever guess about whether or not, or try to predict. I especially don't predict bad things. So I don't say, yes, I think something bad is going to happen, because I don't speak what I don't want to happen. So even if I thought that we were going to, quote unquote, invade someone, I wouldn't say it out loud, because I don't want to put that energy out, right? What I would say is, I do not put anything past this administration. I don't put anything past this president. I think that people need to really understand we have a president that is okay letting 42 million Americans not have access to food, right? Because Senate Democrats want to make sure that they have access to health care. He does not give a shit whether you have access to healthcare or access to food. Can you imagine? We are talking about the president of the United States using access to food as leverage, political leverage. It's completely unacceptable. There's no defense. It's really bad, E-Money, 100%. It's really bad. I went through the numbers and they're all in my link tree as well. Not you typing up, E-Money. I didn't see if you said that he was your folks or not. Oh, the link tree. Yeah, it is in the link tree as well as Snap. So one of the things that I covered yesterday so that people know is that we have the reserves. We have the majority of the reserves needed. Salam, sis.
Salam, guys. Hello, guys. Now, I said it's effed up, but it autocorrected to it's effed I'm, so then I wrote up.
Girl, you know I see up all the time.
I know. She was like, not you saying up.
Yeah.
I'm triggered by the up, Danny.
Yeah. I was like, not you saying up.
No. I was like, it's effed up, but freaking autocorrect, it's effed I'm. I just changed it to up. And I forgot that they say up.
Oh my Lord, that's so funny.
My days.
Oh my days, that's hilarious.
And yes, what's happening with the healthcare system is so fucked up. Like, so many people are gonna lose their benefits, especially like the older people that need it. You know what I mean?
It's going to be older people, but it's also going to be it's going to be entrepreneurs. It's going to be people that work a job that doesn't have health care and they're having to purchase it. But the thing is, and this is what people don't understand, it's also going to impact anyone else, right? So if you have your health insurance through your job, your job's contract with the insurance company is renegotiated every year. And the cost of taking care of all of these sick people that no longer have insurance, that are ending up in emergency rooms, is going to trickle down, right? This is the one time trickle down does work. So trickle down doesn't work for you to get money. Trickle down works for it to cost you more money. Let me make sure that we understand that. Trickle down doesn't work when you get money from rich people. Trickle down works when rich people get more money and it costs your ass more. That part.
And yes, Mahmoud, the one in the request is the good one.
Okay, see, so that's what I was trying to see.
I wrote it in the chat and then we got lost in translation.
It did. It got lost in the chat. Girl, you know it got lost if I thought you were saying up.
She's like, why you want to say up? She's not even requesting either. The fuck?
I said yes, and he didn't. I accepted it, and he went away. Oh, is that him?
No, he's up there.
Okay, it took a
loading
minute.
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to be so hurt by this and stuff like that.
They are.
And I don't even know what's going to happen with this whole government shutdown as well. There's like so much stuff. Like, when is this going to end?
Midterms, when we make it end.
Oh shit, that's bad.
Yes, I know. So here's the thing. Well, it can end before then. Let me back up. It can end before then. Okay. And when we talk about the government shutdown, right? This is where it is up to Republicans. So if you voted Republican, if you have always considered yourself to be a Republican, if you voted for Trump, if you voted for J.D. Vance, if you voted for Marsha Blackburn, if you voted for Mike Johnson and Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham and Tim Scott and whoever the fuck else, right? If you voted for those people, right, it is 100% up to you to apply the pressure on your Republican senators, right, to force them to come to the table. Period. That is what is required. And for the person who said that it is up to Democrats, I will actually change my panel layout so that you can join me and we can discuss that false allegation that you just made. Here, I'm even going to show you. I'm very willing and ready to do this. You ready? Boom. I got you. See that? I made space for you, my friend. Where are you, Charlie? Wasn't that your name? Charles. With your 2 followers and 2 following. Somebody go see who the 2 following is. Because if I wanted just 2, you must be on a mission.
I mean, I'm trying to find him so I can go see it. I'm so dead.
Yeah, it's Charles Holiday. Charlie must be one of them new hires. He must be a new influencer hire. I'll help you make a buck today, Charlie. I will help you make a buck. Look, ooh, I even sent you an invitation directly, Charlie. Thank you. Look at this. We love to see it. Good afternoon, Charlie. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. So you said it is up to the Democrats.
Yes.
Okay, why do you say that?
Need 60 votes
To do what?
in order to pass a CR.
Right?
And Republicans only have like, I think, 53 votes.
So why is that the Democrats' problem that Republicans don't have the votes they need? I mean, here's the thing. So here's the way that it works. If you have
Democrats, it can't be
So-
all Republicans.
so
It has
hold
to be
on.
Democrats and Republicans
Okay,
coming
and
together to make-
yes, so listen, so here's the way that works. When you are in Congress, if you have a resolution that you want to pass, and you know that on your own, hey, which your party doesn't have the votes it needs, then you work with members of the other party to make it a bill that can get passed. And that's regarding any resolution, any bill. This is no different than anything else. If you have a piece of legislation that your party wants to pass and you can't pass it on your own, then what do? You come to the table and you have conversations. You say, okay, what should it look like? That's what it looks like. That's bipartisanship. That's when you negotiate. That's when you take care of all of the people. But Republicans would rather go on fucking vacation and not even come to work because they don't want to come to the table. So I would say it is on the Republican Party.
And I would disagree.
Okay.
Because it's on the Democrats, because it's the same CR that was passed under, I think it was Biden, which they all voted on. And it's the same CR that they're passing right now, but they said no.
Well, let me ask you this. Do we live in the same circumstances? Is the country the same? And is the country the same?
They're passing the same CR just so they can have a negotiation of changing it.
No, that's not accurate. It's not the same. First of all, it's not the same. Plus, even if it was, listen, it's not the same. It even includes a military pay raise. It's not the same CR. That's number one.
What's wrong with paying the
Okay.
military?
Listen, and I'm a veteran, so we're not going to talk about military. Listen, what I'm saying is it's not the same CR. So that's number one, Charles. That's number one. Number two, we are in a situation where we have tens of millions of Americans who are going to no longer have access to health care because of the bill that they passed this summer, right? Because the subsidies are going to expire at the end of the year.
It was built to expire.
Okay,
That's what
so
Democrats voted for when they initially passed the bill. It was
So-
built to expire.
so are most things. That doesn't mean, so listen, when we pass legislation for things, right, when we create certain things, they don't just because something is set for a certain time period, what you do is we do that. Yeah, so are the tax cuts for the rich. Exactly, Lisa, but hold on. So when you do this, you say, okay, we're gonna have it done for, I'm gonna just throw out a number, we're gonna say we're gonna do it for 10 years. Okay. And then what happens is, as that gets close, you reevaluate, you take a look at the condition of the country, you take a look at the access to healthcare, you take a look at insurance premiums, and then as a Congress whose job it is to take care of the American people and do what is best for your constituents, you pass legislation, right? You enact those subsidies, you extend them if it is in the best interest of the people. We have so many things that are set to expire. Like Lisa said in the comments, the tax cuts that Trump did during his first term, they were set to expire, but they did it and made them permanent. So just because something has a time period which it's set for, that doesn't mean you don't, it's like, oh shit, well that time just went up, we don't do it again. I mean, we do that in regular life, right? You rent an apartment, you have a lease, it's set to expire. At the end of that lease, do you just become homeless? Do you just decide, well, this is over, I guess I ain't got nowhere to live? Or do you determine, do you want to renew the existing lease, which will have new terms, or do I find somewhere else to live? This is not a hard concept, Charles.
No, what I was saying was the CR that they brought up was just the same one. They bringing that up so they can still have open negotiations.
No, Republicans don't want to negotiate. That's the point. That's why they're not. That's why they are not in Congress. That's why they are not they're literally not coming to work.
No, the reason they didn't come was because they already put out the CR and Democrats made it known like, no, we want to add extra shit to it. And they were like, no, we're not going with that.
Well, then I guess so that sounds like it's a problem for the Republicans. It sounds like Republicans want it their way or the highway, and they are not interested in doing what's best for people.
That's not true. I think it's more Democrats don't care about the people.
Well, you can think that all you want, but the question is this: if we do not extend the healthcare subsidies, right, are there going to be tens of millions of people that cannot afford their healthcare insurance?
That was happening before this whole thing happened, though.
No, this is what I'm asking you. Are there going to be tens of millions of people that do not have access to health care?
I'm sorry, I was getting a call.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the question again. If we do not extend the subsidies, are there going to be tens of millions of Americans who do not have access to health care?
True or false? Did people already have that problem before this was going on?
Answer my question.
I'm leading up to the question.
No, we're not leading up to anything. You answer the question. That's not the way that it works.
I can't answer your question?
You can answer it, not with asking me a question, no.
But that's leading up to my answer, though.
No, we'll give your answer.
To properly answer your question, you have to answer my question.
No.
So you don't want your question? You don't want your question answered?
So, Charles, this is why you think the way you do, because you're behaving like Republican senators. You think that you can negotiate. So here's the thing. You're refusing. You are refusing. Yeah, so you can't answer questions?
I can't answer questions.
Okay, well then do it.
I'm trying to answer your question properly.
Okay, well, answer it.
Was this a issue before? Yes or no?
You're not answering. You're not asking me a question. So I'm going to state my question again. Okay, because you appear not to have understood it. So this is my question, Charles. I hope you're getting paid well, Charles. So I'm going to say the question again. The question is very simple. If we do not extend the subsidies for ACA marketplace buyers, are there tens of millions of Americans who will no longer be able to afford their health care?
If you extend it, it will double the premiums, thus making it harder for people to be able to access the same things that you're asking.
Okay, no, that's incorrect. If you extend the subsidies, their premiums will remain what they are. If you do not extend the subsidies, then they will increase from 150 up to 300 and some odd percent.
Is that not what's going on now? Though?
So Charles, you don't seem to understand what I'm saying.
No, I asked
Do you believe that Republicans want to extend the subsidies or not?
You answering my question with another question? Because I asked you a question.
No, I'm not, because you don't seem to understand. Because here's what you said, Charles. You said if you extend the subsidies, premiums are going to increase by 200%, making it harder for people to purchase health care. And that is an incorrect statement.
What I said was they are already doubling.
No, that's not what you said.
That is
Charles, what you said was very simple. You said if they extend the subsidies, their premiums will double, thereby making it more difficult for people to afford health insurance. And that is a factually incorrect statement. It tells me that you don't understand healthcare subsidies and how this works.
I don't think you understand.
Well, you can think whatever you want. You still appear to be wrong.
You can think what you want, but you're still
I know,
wrong.
but you're the one who came up here like you know something. You don't know, do you?
I do know.
Okay, what do you know, Charles?
I know in order to pass the CR, you need 60 votes.
That's all you know?
No, but that was the basis of this whole conversation.
No, it wasn't. The
was.
basis of the conversation was, as you said, it is Democrats. You said it was Democrats. It was on Democrats. That's what you said. And my point is simply this. It is not on Democrats. It's on Republicans.
You said it was on the Republicans.
It is, because they are the ones that want the CR that they have to be passed. And if they want it to be passed,
Keeping the can down the road.
if they want it to be passed, then they need to engage in bipartisan negotiations. That is the way Congress works. This has always been the way. There has always been negotiations whenever we need 60 votes to make something happen. This is nothing new. It's this way for everything. This is why we have the Affordable Care Act in the first place, is because John McCain did that life-saving vote, right? Because we know what we need. Congress is supposed to be a collaborative negotiation about what's in the best interest of the American people. And it just so happens that Senate Democrats believe that tens of millions of Americans should be able to afford their health care premiums.
But it's because of ACA, the premiums are going up, though.
No, it's not because of ACA that premiums are going up.
So ACA hasn't increased premiums?
Okay, so yeah, no, he doesn't. No,
I'm asking you a question, yes or no?
No, the ACA doesn't increase premiums.
You sure about that? Because I'm pretty sure that mostly, what was it? It was the,
okay.
What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. Guys, don't forget our guests, please. Our friends in Gaza.
Make yourself bigger, Danny.
Me? Yes, I can.
Yeah, because so people could be tapping, but there you go.
Thank you, sis.
Guys, please tap and share. Let's get to 300K taps. We're close right there while he's looking up whatever he's looking up, which he's wrong in. But anyway, and if you haven't already, please join the team and share it out. Well, 265 shares, y'all hella crazy.
Right.
Go to like 1,000 shares. Come on, y'all. Move it. Okay.
Appreciate you. Yet? No, I don't think so.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
فلان بقى صار قاعد بحسه حاطين الله.
Anyway, I forgot to say join her team as well. If you haven't already pressed the orange, Free Palestine, period. If you haven't already, please join Danny's team by pressing the orange heart at the top and claim the points. Otherwise, you won't be counted as part of her team. So let's go. Salam alaikum, Mahmoud.
Okay, I apologize.
All right. So he's wrong. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Premium costs, they are not increased. Wait, no loss of coverage or increase in premiums. Okay, that's true.
What are you talking about? What are you reading?
But subsidies are still funded.
Subsidies are set to expire. That's the point. And the Democrats want to put the subsidies in the continuing resolution so that premiums don't go up. That is what this whole thing is about. Senate Democrats want to keep the subsidies going. Therefore, premiums won't go up. Republicans refuse to do that.
Do you understand? Sorry, Danny.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so Charles, do you understand now why what I'm saying is it is up to Republicans to, number one, in my opinion, give a shit about their constituents, right?
It isn't up to Republicans, though. It is a partisan thing.
No, it's not partisan. Healthcare is not partisan. Healthcare is not partisan. And it is up to Republicans whether or not they will add the subsidies to the continuing resolution.
The potential expiration of ACA enhanced subsidies isn't caused by one party alone, but the political gridlock mostly comes from partisan disagreement.
Okay, again, Charles, I don't know if you have talking points or something to say, because like literally what you just said doesn't even address what I'm saying.
It does. You just said that it was mainly on the Republicans.
Why do I say that, Charles?
Because you were reaching for the bipartisan.
Okay, can you explain to me what it means to be bipartisan?
You didn't just hear what I just said?
No. What does it mean to be bipartisan?
Now you're just trying to, okay.
No, I'm asking. Can you share with me what it means to be bipartisan?
Bipartisan meaning you're on both sides.
Bipartisan is you don't have a side.
I mean, you initially mean bipartisan will mean that you see both sides. You're open to both sides.
Okay. Bipartisan is they work together and they're not focused on sides. Bipartisan means
meaning that you're open to both sides?
No. It means you come together. It means you come together.
Not being open to both sides meaning you're not willing to work
It's
with both sides.
so this is what you don't get. There are no sides. Bipartisan is where you're doing what's best.
And white ring aren't a side.
So first, stop interrupting me. That would be great. Second, this is it. This is when it's not about a side and you're focused on just the policy and how the policy is going to impact people. Bipartisanship is when you don't think about what Republicans would want or what Democrats would want. You are simply focused on the policy and how the policy will impact people. That's bipartisanship, which is what Congress should be. And there are core issues where bipartisanship should be the gold standard. Healthcare is one of them. Education is one of them. Housing is one of them, and economic security is one of them. We shouldn't be talking sides when it comes to people's health and well-being. We shouldn't be talking sides when we talk about children and the elderly eating. We shouldn't be talking about sides.
I just rather. Okay, I get what you're saying, but I'm more so on the side of less government, though.
But that has nothing to do with this conversation, though, Charles. Because this isn't about, because no, it does not. No, it does not.
It doesn't?
No, it does not.
So ACA isn't part of the government?
So maybe you don't quite understand this.
The government?
So there's no such thing as Obamacare. Let me just start there. But we're going to stay right here where we are, Charles, and we're not going to talk about big government, less government. We're not doing that. What we're going to stick with, Charles, is your claim that it's the fault of the Democrats. And me showing clearly, right, that it's not about the Democrats and that it's 100% on the shoulders of the Republican Party and their unwillingness to do what is in the best interest of the American people by extending the subsidies so they can afford health care.
So was it in the people's best interest when they said that they wanted to have a government shutdown and not pay the military?
Nobody said that.
I mean,
no, they're not.
Seeing somewhere about Democrats filing a suit to sue the president because he paid the United States military out of the tariffs.
Okay, so let's be clear about what you're reading because it's really important. Okay. So what you have to understand about how government works is the president of the United States he's not allowed to spend money as the president sees fit. He's not allowed to take money from certain places to do certain things. And by the way, you can't, there's no such things as tariff money.
Yes, it is if you collect money from tariffs and you put it in the account.
Okay, but
so where did the money that they were collected from tariffs go?
Okay, so who pays tariffs?
Countries. I mean, not countries, but corporations overseas.
No, they don't.
So who pays tariffs?
Corporations here in the United States pay the tariffs. And then, what they do is they then raise the prices of their products, and the people end up paying the tariff fee.
That's not necessarily true.
It is 100% true.
It's not 100%.
Go ahead and use ChatGPT for this question too. Just say who pays tariffs. True, go ahead. Go ahead. Like I said, I will wait for you. Go ahead. I will wait for you. I will wait for you.
Importers and companies technically pay tariffs to the government. The U.S. company imports steel from other countries. They pay the tariffs in the United States.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam, the brothers. Okay, so what? Alhamdulillah, the brothers. So Charles,
thank you.
Here's how it works. Okay. Oh, if you type in who pays tariffs on imports, because that's what we're doing. So when you look this up for U.S. imports, the importer, which are U.S. countries of record, the importer of record is legally required to pay tariffs to U.S. Customs and Border Protection. The ultimate question, though, is who ultimately bears the cost. So when a corporation is importing a product and they pay that money to U.S. Customs and Border Patrol, that company is not going to eat that additional cost. So what they then turn around and do is raise the price of their products to cover the cost that they have paid. And so it ends up being the consumer, you and me, Charles, that pay the cost of the tariff. So that is who pays for tariffs, me and you. And here's what's so crazy about this, Charles, is we will pay, hey, Doug, we will be paying higher tariffs. We will be paying the cost of tariffs at the same time that healthcare is becoming unaffordable if these subsidies aren't extended, at the same time that 42 million Americans, 1 in 8 people, will not be given their benefits to purchase their food. What's up, Mr. Barrios? So I just want you to just imagine what is happening to the economy of the United States. It's why inflation has rose 3%. Inflation is at 3%. Last year, this time, it was 2.4%. Unemployment is high. Corporations aren't hiring. When we talk about 1 in 8 people not being able to buy groceries, you now have grocery stores that are going to be in trouble. We already have grocery stores in trouble already due to the monopolization that we had. And we had large grocery store chains that had jumped to the front of the supply line during C-19, and they were driving out independent grocery store owners. That is why grocery store owners were begging the FTC to start enforcing a law called the Pacman Act. So independent grocery stores, mom and pop grocery stores, they were already hurting. And when the people that live in their communities no longer have their SNAP benefits to spend in that local grocery store, in that local corner store, and all of that, then those people don't get that revenue. That money is not going back into your community. Therefore, those small businesses are not going to be able to pay their employees. Therefore, people are going to become unemployed. And before we talk about people going back and relying on food banks, well, then you have to go back all the way to the spring when under Elon Musk, Doge eliminated a bunch of US aid, which included food that was going to food banks. For example, Second Harvest Food Bank in Northeast Tennessee, 17 trucks were stopped on their way to deliver food. So food banks have a shortage. Farmers have shortages due to the immigration system that we have. You have cattle farmers that are being sold out to Argentina under the President of the United States. You have 42 million Americans that are not going to have SNAP benefits come November. That's 1 in 8. And then you have tens of millions of other Americans who will not be able to afford their healthcare system if these healthcare subsidies aren't expanded. Then what that means after that is you then have emergency departments that become full of people with non-emergent healthcare needs. You have those healthcare systems that are required to take care of those patients because of a federal law called EMTALA. So then you have rural hospitals and urban hospitals that now have a bunch of medical bills and medical debt where that they are not getting reimbursed for, right? Then you have those hospitals charging more. You have health insurance companies raising their premiums for the hospital. Then you have other people, even corporations and even people with insurance through their corporations, paying higher premiums. And that, Charles, is how it works. Also, rich people get richer.
Rich people always gonna get richer.
No, they don't have to.
That's how the game is.
Well, no, see, that's the problem, Charles, is you think it's a game. It's not a game. And the minute that the American people understand that it's not a game, and that even if you considered it a game, there's more of us that can play the game than them. Like literally speaking. So let's just be clear about this. The reason we have a 40-hour work week, the reason we have paid time off, the reason we have sick leave, the reason we have those things is because people got tired of playing the game. And people said, you know what? If I'm gonna starve anyway, if I'm not gonna be able to afford anything anyway, then I'm just not. How about we just don't work?
Then that's just gonna dig yourself into a deep hole.
No, that's just gonna make corporations bow the knee, and that's what they do every single time.
No, they can always find somebody else.
No, they can't. That is why there are unions, Charles. That is why GM has a 7,000-page contract with their union, because they had 20 people that took over 3 of their plants back in 1936 or 37, I believe.
1936.
Mm-hmm.
We're in 2025. You know AI is a thing, right? They don't need people anymore. Eventually,
Do you know how AI works, Charles?
Yes.
How?
What do you mean? It's to say that
AI gets their information from us. Tell AI to go out there and pick that damn fruit. Tell AI to do that. Tell AI to go pick all the fruit. Tell AI to drive all the trucks. Tell AI to stock all the shelves. Tell AI to wait on all the tables. Tell AI to clean the streets. Tell AI to see. Do you understand?
But you do understand that once you tell AI to do that and it does that, it no longer needs
AI can't do those things, and AI learns from human beings.
But once
period.
Okay, so
Charles, you're talking about things that are silly. I just told you exactly how it works right now, today in this world. Today in this world, and today in the world that we live in today, Charles, AI can't run the fucking world.
I understand
that. Okay, so then let's talk about today. And not whatever science fiction utopia.
Amazon, and today Amazon just initiated 600,000 robots being put into its warehouse.
When? By 2036. By 2036. That's Amazon's goal. By 2036.
No, but they already.
For fuck's sake. Charles, again, well, can Amazon run their whole country off 600 robots? No. So we're going to talk right here about the present moment. Can AI run the country? Yes or no? Can AI run the country? Yes or no?
I'm not saying anything about running the country.
Well, you did when you say people are replaceable and there's AI.
Yes, doing simple day-to-day tasks, yes. Not running a whole country.
Let me be clear. Charles, do you understand that AI has a better chance of running corporations than doing day-to-day work? It is CEOs that could be more easily replaced than the workers doing the jobs. It is
to some degree, yes, and another degree, no.
Well, that may be your opinion. But the reality is I clearly outlined for you.
Entry-level employee can be replaced.
I clearly outlined for you how it works. Because you did not know.
Are you ignoring what I just said?
Yes.
If a CEO
yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I sure am. I sure am ignoring what you just said. I sure am. Because what you are saying, you literally, Charles, are ignoring the facts. Do you get paid for how long you stay on my panel?
Do you get paid for this?
No, I'm asking you.
No.
Okay, just asking. I don't know if you know this or not. That is a thing. Benjamin Netanyahu literally just talked about and just brought a bunch of influencers. And there are people that they hired for this particular purpose. So that's why I was asking the question.
Oh, no.
Okay, cool. So again, Charles, this is the question. Okay, so do you understand how what I said? about how everything works, from tariffs to insurance to SNAP to all of the things.
USA aid, yeah.
Okay. So
US aid was funding a $20 million grant for Sesame Street.
Oh my God. I cannot. Do you know that U.S. aid is 1%, less than 1% of the entire budget of this country?
So you're saying that $20 million.
So I am saying that if we want, I am saying I don't give a fuck about $20 million for Sesame Street when we just bought a $170 million plane for the Department of Homeland Security. Yes, Charles, that's what I'm saying. Give $20 million to fucking Big Bird all damn day long, because Big Bird is doing a better job for our children than our current administration. Yep, Charles, that's what I'm saying. I give a fuck about $20 million for Sesame Street when we are walking around here spending $170 million on a plane, when we are spending $1 billion to fix up the plane that Qatar, quote unquote, gifted the president. You are right, Charles. I don't give a fuck about $20 million for Sesame Street. Nope, I don't.
I mean, that Qatar plane thing, that's a whole different thing.
No, it's not. It's $1 billion. It's $1 billion of our of the United States of America's money. It's not a whole different thing. It's part of the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Charles, this is the difference. I'm not focused on itty bitty little talking points that aren't even based in facts. I'm not. You have the Department of Defense that has $1 trillion budget, and they have never passed a fucking audit, Charles. And it's being run by a dude that mismanaged. Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. We are talking about it is being run by a man. It is being run by a man that could not manage a $15 million nonprofit. So they took a dude that could not financially manage a $15 million nonprofit, and they put him in charge of $1 trillion organization.
I'm glad you brought this up.
I'm sure you are, Charles.
But you voted for a woman who couldn't properly manage $1.2 billion in campaign money and ended up
Charles.
You're comparing 15 million to 1.1 billion.
In our governmental administration, I sure am. And you don't know who I voted for because you weren't in my voting booth. And you haven't heard me say anything about Kamala Harris, Charles.
But
are you assuming?
But you're mainly pushing for Democrats. So
no, I'm not mainly pushing for anything. I'm mainly giving you fucking facts. I'm mainly giving you facts.
Okay, so
the only thing that I stated about Democrats was Senate Democrats' position on the continuing resolution. That's what I said.
So I was wrong for assuming that you voted for Kamala Harris in the last.
You are wrong for bringing Kamala Harris up because Kamala Harris has nothing to do with the Department of Defense.
That didn't answer my question.
Again, it does. And you didn't have a question.
Did you or did
right.
you not vote?
So again, Charles, who I voted for is none of your business. What happens in the voting booth is my private matter. It has nothing to do with you. And it has nothing to do with the fact that the Department of Defense hasn't ever passed a clean audit. And it doesn't change the fact that the person that the President of the United States put in that position could not manage a $15 million nonprofit.
Wait, I'm sorry. What $15 million nonprofit?
You don't know about Pete Hegseth and his 2 nonprofits?
Pete Hegseth isn't the President of the United States.
No, he's the Secretary of fucking Defense, Charles. Oh my God. with a $1 trillion budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to go off what you're saying, there aren't other people around him to have checks and balances on what he does with that budget?
Charles,
Yes or no?
do you put somebody in charge? Do you put somebody in charge of $1 trillion that can't manage 15 million? And if I could put that in just like regular, like everyday shit, if you can't balance your checkbook with $100, do I put you in charge of running my checkbook for $1 million? The answer is fucking no.
But you deflected from my question.
No, I didn't. You deflected from what I asked you.
No, I asked you a question.
No, yes, you wanted to answer my question with a question. And I already told you I'm not doing that. I asked you, do you put someone who cannot manage $15 million nonprofit in charge of $1 trillion Department of Defense? And you thought you were going to ask me, well, doesn't he have other people to help him budget it? That's not the answer to the fucking question, Charles. And you should have learned by now that that's not what we're doing.
So what I'm going to say is,
Mm-hmm.
if I have people in place that are going to check and balance what this person does with that budget, yes, sure, I don't give a shit. He could just be a face.
Except he's not a face. He's testifying before Congress to the Appropriations Committee about the budget. He's responsible for overseeing how that $1 trillion is distributed and spent within his entire department.
I didn't, no, from the, I was unaware of that, and I was also unaware of the whole budget thing, but I knew he was appointed.
Right. And Charles, if you could look at his qualifications compared to everybody else that has been appointed to that position, he is woefully unqualified for that position. Woefully, dangerously unqualified for that position. Charles, this is what I do. So let me be clear. I know about Pete Hegseth and his military service. I know about Pete Hegseth and his nonprofits. Thank you, Mama Dukes. I know about Pete Hegseth and his Christian nationalism. I know about Pete Hegseth and his alcoholism. I know, I'm trying to think about, I know about Pete Hegseth and his views on women. I know about Pete Hegseth and his views on minorities in service. I know about Pete Hegseth and SA. I know about Pete Hegseth and infidelity and all of that. Yeah. Like I know about Pete Hegseth. And I wanted to make sure that I knew everything I needed to know about Pete Hegseth when he became who Donald Trump said he was going to appoint as the Secretary of Defense. Because I wanted to be an informed American citizen. So when I contacted members of Congress and I said, hey, I do or I don't want you to confirm this person, I know he got removed from a detail and wasn't allowed to escort Biden. Charles, what's happening in this country is not a joke.
That's allegedly.
And it's not a game. What's happening in this country it has dire effects and impacts on people. And I don't know why people don't understand that. I don't know why people laugh this off. He literally
Okay, but-
lied in front of Congress. Charles, do you understand that what he did when he put out what was happening in an active measure, and he copied an editor in an unsecure signal chat, and he outlined military movements, what times they were going to happen, what types of weapons were going to be used? Do you understand that all of that is a violation of national security? Had he been anyone else at any other time, he would not be in that position. He would be brought up on charges. He'd be sitting in fucking Leavenworth.
These are all allegations.
No, they're not allegations. No, they're not allegations. Are you crazy, Charles? Have you read the text messages?
From what I'm looking up and what I'm looking at.
Have you read the text messages, Charles? Because I've read them. I've read the text messages verbatim.
Did you read the text messages from John Jones? No, not John J. Jones, I believe it was.
Well, we are not talking about a candidate in Virginia. We are talking about Pete Hegseth. Stay on track.
He's not facing criminal.
We are talking about the Secretary of Defense violating national security, international security at that.
And as the Secretary of Defense, he is not facing any criminal trial.
And as he should, though, but he should. And the reason that he's not is because of who's the president of the United States.
No, because there are allegations.
No, they're not allegations, Charles. You are woefully uninformed.
Allegations.
Charles, may I ask how old you are?
33.
33.
They are claims of misconduct.
No, they are not claims of misconduct. You can read the fuck. Hold on, because now you're gonna irritate my soul. Hush, hush for a minute. Hush for a minute, Charles. Hey. Excuse me, Charles. I'm gonna ask you to stop. Okay, so now you just get muted. Don't do that, Charles. Don't do that. Don't do that. So now what I'm going to do for everyone is show you the chat, the entire transcript of the chat. Oh, stop that. Don't come up. Hold on, guys. I'm going to share this with you guys over here so you can see as well. And then I need to put on my shoes. I have 10 minutes. I know. All right. Yep, I got 10 minutes. Thanks, Sandy. And Charles, to be honest, I don't even care if you are getting paid, because there are 300 and some odd people in here that need to hear this. And hopefully you take something away from this. So Godspeed to Warriors, 12:15 Eastern Standard Time, F-18s launch.
Oh, yeah, I know about those.
Okay, so they're not allegations then, correct?
I mean,
They're not allegations.
But there was nothing that was like top secret in those text messages.
Charles, have you ever had a top secret clearance?
There's nothing.
Charles, have you ever had a top secret clearance?
Oh my goodness. I'm assuming because you're in the military, you think because you've had some.
I am asking you, Charles, have you ever had a top secret clearance?
I've never been in the military nor in any government entity, so no.
Okay, so Charles, my clearance was something called TSCSI, which is top secret sensitive compartmental information. So sensitive compartmental information, there's a specific facility in which you have to keep that information. I worked in that facility. That facility, excuse me, I'm speaking. I'm speaking still. So a SCIF, which is what I worked in, is the type of facility in which all the documents that Donald Trump had in Mar-a-Lago should have been kept. Okay. So when I look at this information, I know 100% that this shit right here is absolutely classified information. 100%. Should never be out. Do you understand? He did not even verify the members of this Signal chat. Had the journalist that he copied into this Signal chat not been of integrity and went public with this information, and it was intercepted by the people that were being attacked, our troops were in danger. Every bit of this was over an hour before everything happened. He put the times, the movements, what was going to be used. Every bit of that is classified information on an unsecured Signal chat. See you later, Ethan.
There's no classified information that was shared.
Okay, Charles, I'm done talking to you. All right. You have a great day, Charles.
You too.
Okay. So he's 33, or so he says. Let me say this. I only entertain people like that, even when I don't believe them to be sincere, because I don't believe him to be sincere, right? But when there are several hundred other people in the room, I will walk through the information because there are other people that are listening who maybe believe the same dumbass shit Charles said. Right? So, holy jeez.
The problem with him is he knows he's wrong, but he just doesn't want to learn the truth.
Right.
But you're the best place to get the truth and to get the facts. And I think he's so delusional.
He is. I appreciate you, the brothers. For the person who said that you learned a lot today, I love that. I'm very grateful. You know, there is so much that we need to be recognizing and understanding about where we are today and what is happening in this country and what is happening around the world, because every bit of it is all connected. There is a right-wing push all around the world right now. Seriously, you all understand that, right? I really want you all to understand that. If you go and look at other countries and other elections that are taking place right now, right, you will find that there is a right-wing move that is happening around the world, and it's not just us. And it's very important. It's one of the reasons there's a Turning Point office in London, folks. This is so important that people understand that this is like when we are, where we are right now. And the thing about it is, I absolutely 100% believe that we will be better on the other side of this. The key is how many people are going to have to suffer before we do what needs to be done. That's the thing. Because we need to do what needs to be done. This is why we have to scale back. Y'all, when I canceled Paramount, when they put Jimmy Kimmel back on, I didn't resubscribe to Paramount. Nope. I ain't been to Target. Wait a minute, let me not lie. I went to Target once in the last year because everything else was closed and I could not get what I needed anywhere. That's it. Once in 1 year. Like, real talk. So these small things, And I'm not saying to you, boycott everything. Let me get my shoes while I finish talking. I am not saying, oh my gosh, my sciatica is not my friend today. I am not saying boycott everything, because life is difficult, and and sometimes you need what you need. But I'm going to tell you what, I don't shop at Publix. Why? Because the heiress to Publix helped fund January 5th and January 6th. If y'all don't know that, right? If I mean, there are so many things, like, yeah, look her up. Put in Publix heiress. She spent like damn near $1 million. Damn near $1 million. Yes, I haven't shopped at Publix since 2021. I don't do Jimmy John's. I haven't done Jimmy John's in like a decade, after I found out that their CEO is a big game hunter. He's one of those guys that likes to go hunt rare animals. I don't fool with him. I don't do him either. I don't do Jimmy John's. Right? I don't do Walmart unless I have to, which is typically if I go home. I don't do Starbucks. Right? And so my thing is, you don't have to, there's a list, Mari, of different things for different reasons. But my point is, I'm not saying to you, stop everything, right? But what I am saying is, a little bit matters. Yeah, I don't fuck with Home Depot either, or a Hobby Lobby. Right? I don't do that either. Yep. Don't do my Sam's Club anymore either. I'm just saying. They are extreme right. Cat Whisperer. They are extreme right. So I am going to go, because I do have to get my grandbabies. I appreciate you all for being here, sticking with me, and doing all the things. I will be live tomorrow. Yeah, Costco is where I'm going next. Sam's Club is Walmart, and they have the largest number of employees that are on assistance and won't pay a living wage, and they fund a bunch of shit. So here's what I'm going to say to you. Check out the Linktree. I will be putting in new workshops in the Linktree. Listen, workshops are free. I do not charge for workshops. Yeah, I do Food Lion. Yeah, I'm live right now on YouTube, Funny Face. So, I know I should, but people can donate if they want to for workshops. How's that? People can donate if they want to, but I don't charge for workshops. So workshops are going to happen. Subscribers, we have some documentaries coming up, and we're going to have, so for subscribers, we're going to do a reading session. So we are going to meet on Zoom, and we are going to finish 107 days. We are going to do Black AF, and then I have another one. Fuck my life. Oh, Nobody's Girl. Those are our 3 books that are upcoming. Okay, I love you, mean it. I have to go get this baby. I will see you all tomorrow. Take care of you.